I'm actually at my client's property, as you can see right here. This house right here is actually this is a triplex, so it's 3 units. So a unit up top, unit in the middle, and a unit down bottom. He's actually selling this property and the one behind it. The one behind it is a duplex. Both are under contract. He actually preferred that one person buy both, and we found a buyer that is buying both. So the young lady that's buying this, she's actually using a VA loan to use the top unit as her primary residence, which is currently where my client lives. And she's using a conventional loan to buy the one in the rear. So I'm gonna show you the one in the rear too. And that is a duplex again. My client currently living in this property and renting out the other 4 units. He's actually making $70,000 a year, which is not bad. And if somebody were to just buy both properties straight up, they would make around 90 grand per year, which again is not bad. So I'm gonna walk around and just show you all the duplex. And this property is actually under contract. We're set to close in a couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, sometime in March. But this is actually a rare find. This is in PG County, Temple Hills, Maryland. You never really find triplexes and duplexes in the majority of Prince George's County. You never find it. And just to give you all a little bit of story on this, I've actually gotten 150 calls about this property. There is a lot of buyers that are looking to house hack, and my client was house hacking before house hacking became a thing. But I even had one agent reach out and say, hey, if I come across a listing where the basement can be like a walkout, then she has a client that'll pay $20,000 or $30,000 over just because they want to get into house hacking. But I'll talk about that in a minute. So here's a duplex right here, and you can actually gain access to the second unit in the rear. So he owns both of these properties. He bought both of these properties all at the same time. But this is the young lady that's gaining this. She's gaining something that is very rare in this area. You can find duplexes and triplexes in DC, but you won't really find that many in Prince George's County. They're rare. This is a rare opportunity. Now, here's the thing. So for the triplex, he's asking $475, and for the duplex, he's asking $450. But here's the bonus. There's a lot, okay, where you can build on this side another property. So, if I was buying this property, I would get like a modular home and stick it right there, and then boom, now you have, a whole other property that you can rent out and cash flow from. So you went from having, a triplex and a duplex, and now you have either like a single family modular. I'm not sure if they have modulars that are approved in this state that are duplexes and triplexes. I'm actually going to look into that. But back to what I was saying, if you're somebody that's looking for multifamilies to house hack, or you're trying to house hack, I'm going to be the first one to tell you that the competition is very thick right now. Listen to what I just said. I had an agent tell me that if I have a listing that has a basement walkout, their client is willing to offer $20,000 or $30,000 over the list price that they'll put down in cash just to get that property, just to house hack. Now, in my opinion, I don't. If it doesn't make sense financially, I don't think it should be done. But I think that there are a lot of people in the market right now that want to house hack just to say that they are house hacking. And if it doesn't make sense, if it doesn't really help you, you just shouldn't do it. Just to be on social media saying that you're a house hacker. Like I said, my client picked these 2 properties up for about 5 years ago, and he's one of the original house hackers before house hacking became house hacking. I like to brag on that because he did it at a time where nobody else was doing it and where it wasn't popular to do it. But now it's benefiting him as he's had the property for 5 years, and now he's selling the property for profit. So if you are somebody that's looking to start house hacking, be smart about it. There are opportunities out here. You may, in some cases, have to overpay or have to battle it out with other buyers because of social media. House hacking has become very popular. The young lady that is purchasing this property, she has a great lender. She was straightforward. She has the money to do this. And that's the other thing. right? When it comes to buying multiple properties at once, or when it comes to, going after these very popular properties, the money talks. You have to be able to close the gap on these deals. You have to be able to, produce the cash in some instances. So in this, she's using a VA loan to get the triplex, but she has to put 25%, between 23 and 25% down to get the duplex. So we're talking about like $930,000 in funds that have to be allotted to make this deal happen. Okay, that the average person cannot do that. Now, there are opportunities out here where you can get these, these style properties for less, in like Anne Arundel County and in Baltimore, and of course other states where they have a lot of multifamilies. But in a competitive market like this, it takes a lot more than just being pre-approved for an FHA or for a VA loan. You have to actually have some cash because it is very competitive. Again, shout out to my seller. This was a gold mine for him. And this is a very hard deal to find. Something like this where the properties are next to each other and that, you can live in one unit and rent out the other 4. That's a blessing to find out here, especially in Prince George's County, Maryland. You rarely ever see that. But again, anybody out there that's looking to house hack, buy multi-county properties, make sure, okay, that you look at the numbers and make sure that they make sense. Don't just do it for social media. Don't do it for the gram. Do it because it makes financial sense. It made financial sense for my client. The gentleman that's selling these properties, it made financial sense for him 5 years ago. And to this day, it has paid off.